right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without further ado, it is time for this product announcement. News desk, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. My goodness me, exciting stuff to talk about with our guests. We have the Director of Global Organised Play for Wizards of the Coast, Helene Bergeot. Helene, welcome.
Hey, Rich.
And we are also joined at the news desk by Ben Hayes from Inside R&D, the people who make the magic. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rich.
Great to have you both with us. And Ben, I want to start with you because I am sure that social media is going absolutely nuts with a million questions for you. And you are going to answer them for us right now. So, Modern Masters 2015 edition, what sets are in Modern Masters 2015?
So Modern Masters 2015 is Mirrodin through New Phyrexia.
Okay, so that takes us right back to the start of Modern. I guess that's exactly what we would expect. Right. But if we end with New Phyrexia, what does that mean in terms of new sets that are coming in to the Modern Masters fold, if you will?
So the new sets that you're going to be seeing in this Modern Masters are M10, all of Zendikar block, M11, and all of Scars of Mirrodin block.
Right, so that's two full calendar years of cards sitting there. There's some pretty exciting stuff in there. You're going to tell us lots of cards from those sets that are in Modern Masters 2015?
I can tell you the exciting cards are in.
Right. Give me a name? No? No? Look at that. What a letdown. Yeah, well, I do my best for them. I do my best. But M10, M11, the Zendikar block, and the Scars of Mirrodin block, if you go and look through the cards that are in those sets, you'll see there are some very, very exciting cards that could be hiding inside Modern Masters 2015 boosters. All right, now, Ben, you've been here with us all week through Worlds, I know, doing research and development for R&D, but also, in particular, with regard to Modern Masters, you've been a very busy man because, let me get this right, you were on the design team, correct?
Correct.
And also on the development team. So you did the double whammy.
Yep.
Okay, who else, because it wasn't a Ben Hayes exclusive, who were you working with?
So for the design team, I was working with Eric Lauer and Ken Nagel. And for the development team, I was working with Tom Lapilli, Max McCall, and Adam Prozac. Okay, now, a couple of names there that I think astute viewers will recognize. Eric Lauer in particular, one of the real heavy hitters. Ken Nagel, likewise, leads a ton of sets. You've really put some big guns into this set, right? Right, so one thing that was different about this Modern Masters from the previous one is the first one had the same design team and development team. So we implemented our process for regular booster releases this time, having a different team from one to the other. Okay. And something to highlight, the lead designer of this set is Eric Lauer, who's the head developer. Okay. So this was a really interesting switch of roles, and I think it came out, the end result from that switch was incredible. Now, Eric is known for a lot of sets down the years. His fingerprints are all over the history of the game. But for people who don't know Eric, haven't seen, say, the Inside R&D videos, where he's always there with his New York Giants cap, the beloved team for him, point us to some highlights of the kind of set experiences that he likes to deliver to the fans. So, if you liked Innistrad Draft, he led Innistrad. And if you like, most recently, Khans of Tarkir. So you're going to see the person, sort of the mastermind architect behind those draft environments, being the person who from the beginning took this Modern Masters set and sort of brought it to life. Okay, you've said the D word there, draft, and obviously anytime a new set comes out, we want to know how it drafts. So one of the great successes of the original Modern Masters was the fact that people could quickly find their archetype, they could find their red-white giants, they could find their Thallid strategy. There were so many pointers for where players should go. So even if you weren't a super experienced
experienced high-level drafter, you could really dig into Modern Masters and have a great draft experience. Have you tweaked that? Have you thrown it out completely? Or are we going to see more Modern Masters style goodness in terms of draft format?
So it's very much the style of the first Modern Masters. We got a ton of positive feedback about strong two-color archetypes, loudly messaged, a lot of high synergy and cross synergy between those archetypes. So, you know, we're running that back, but we have a couple more blocks to work with, and we can throw new things into the mix, bring some things back in new ways, bring new things back that you didn't see the first time, but very much the same feel and the same structure.
Okay, for those people who didn't see Modern Masters the first time around, there are so many new fans to the game coming in all the time. 100% of the cards in the original Modern Masters were reprints. They had been in play before. They were from down the years, from Mirrodin forward, of course, for Modern. So are we doing the same thing again? Any new cards? Or are we sticking with that plan of 100% reprints?
Again, it's 100% reprints.
Okay, how many have we got? What's the size of the set?
249 cards.
All right. On that trailer we saw there, clearly that was Emrakul. It took me a while to work that out the first time I saw the trailer. I was like, oh yeah, they've put some very pretty things in there. Oh wait, but was that etched champion also referenced there?
That was, with new art.
Huh, okay, awesome. One thing that players love, particularly enfranchised players who've been around for a while, players love tokens, and they adore tokens that we've not seen before that then tie into other cards they get the chance to play with. Do we have a token gesture for the fans this time? You're welcome.
As with Modern Masters, we do have new tokens, great new art. So for those fans, yeah, they'll definitely have stuff to be excited about.
That's awesome. So it's not just the cards, you'll be able to token out onto the battlefield as well. All right, thanks for that, Ben. Helene, I want to turn to you, and we're here in France. France is your native land, your native language, and we have players from so many countries around the world, and Magic is printed now in many different languages. The first Modern Masters, we're just going to print this in English. Are we doing the same this time, or will there be other versions of the cards?
But this for the very first time we have these products being printed in English, in Japanese, and in Chinese simplified. Because as you pointed out, it's true that Magic is by essence a global game. So it was very important for us to be able to bring that Modern Master experience, just like to more players by printing the game in their language.
It's also incredibly exciting. I mean, I don't speak a word of Japanese or Chinese, but the idea of foils presumably are in this as well. So I could open a foil Chinese Emrakul. That would be amazing. That would be so good. All right, so we've got 3 languages. In addition to the printing of the set, is this going to be a paper-only release, or will we get our draft on Magic Online?
The product will be also available on Magic Online with a delayed release, as we do for the regular sets.
Right, so it's like a week afterwards, 22nd of May, I believe, for the set itself, and then the 29th, a week later, Magic Online. All right, now also, because there was a lot of information to digest in that trailer, for a long time there have been various bits of information on the website with the letters TBD, specifically related to a weekend in May, surprise, where there were going to be 3 Grand Prix, and we didn't say where they were going to be, but now we know. Helene, there's lots to talk about that Magic weekend in May.
Absolutely, it's a very exciting weekend for us because we really want to create something absolutely unique for the players, and that's that was our promise when we announced the 3 GPs, saying be prepared. It's going to be something unique. I guess that by now it makes sense. And we have been creating this weekend thinking about the learnings from the first GP that we had in Las Vegas with Modern Masters. There are 2 messages that we heard very, very, very well from the players. The first one was saying that they loved being in Vegas for a Grand Prix. Say, okay, we're going to go back. So we're back. And the second one was about just the fact that some players were just like feeling that they would love to participate in that experience, but they were not in the US. And that's why we are just like having 1 Grand Prix with Modern Masters in just like in 3 different regions. And we selected the areas where we are going so that it's accessible for as many players as possible. So if you remember, we are going to have Las Vegas, Utrecht for Europe, and Chiba for Japan.
All right. Now, we have room for a lot of people. How many can we fit in?
So yeah, that's also an exciting thing because we have learned from Vegas that players are just like willing to participate to experiences that are a little bit different, and Modern Masters is the perfect opportunity to create that different experience. So we selected some venues that can host up to 5,000 players for the main event. That's the case for Chiba and Utrecht. And imagine up to 5,000 for the main event only.
Okay.
And for Las Vegas, it's even a little bit different.
Okay.
Actually, the venue can host just like up to 10,000 players for the main event.
10,000 players for GP Las Vegas. Wow. That's extraordinary. 20,000 players around the world on one magical GP weekend. Let's put up on screen for you all the details we've revealed here about Modern Masters 2015 edition. Let's show you exactly what we have here. So as you can see, May 22nd is where we open up the release date. 1 week later, you will get the Magic Online release. We have 249 cards. 8th edition begins us, as you would expect for Modern. Scars of Mirrodin block is the finish point, so new sets, M10, M11, the Zendikar block, and the Scars block. And then for our languages, we have English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese. Join the fun at the hashtag MTGMM2015. I have one more question for you, Helene. That 2015 edition thing, and we see there, so what I want to ask you is, 2015 edition, does that imply 2016 edition, 2017 edition, 2039 edition?
I knew you were going to ask the question because it's a very, very good question. It's a little bit premature. Just like as always, we are going to look very clearly about how the players are just receiving this edition, and if they like it, well, we like to give the players what they like.
For sure. All right. And also, want to say, I noticed May 28th. Let's take a look at the Grand Prix now. Tell us about those dates, because those dates look slightly unusual.
Unusual. There are a couple of things that are really, really unique about this specific weekend, as well as we mentioned before. I would like to come back for 1 second on Las Vegas, because just like say, up to 10,000 people in the main event. Sure, but we want to do something even different. So as soon as we are going to reach the threshold of 5,000 players being registered in the tournament, we are going actually to run 2 GPs. So we are not talking about weekend with 3 GPs. We're talking potentially about 4 GPs that same weekend.
Wow, so if we get sort of 8,000 players at Vegas, they will be 2 4,000 player events.
Absolutely, 2, because it's a way for us to make sure that we deliver the best possible experience to players, and just like when we are reaching this type of attendance, that makes sense. And also, as you were mentioning, so we have a little bit different dates, because we want to make sure that these weekends are true celebration of Modern Masters. So we are going to start the events on the Thursday with tons of side events, because in addition to the space that we allocate for the main event, we also have in all the venues a lot of space for side events. So if as a player you really want to enjoy playing Modern Masters, but the Grand Prix is not exactly for you, there is a side event for you.
Now, just to clarify that, because there are lots of side events at every GP. There's the Legacy, there's the Two-Headed Giant, there's the Standard, there's the Vintage, there's the Modern. Are we talking about side events with Modern Masters 2015? Will we be able to draft that?
Absolutely.
Ah, fantastic. So we can spend Thursday drafting Modern Masters 2015, Friday doing the same. That gears us up for the sealed deck on Saturday, whether that's Utrecht, Chiba, or Vegas, potentially. And then on Sunday, we'll be back into the realm of draft. So that is the story. We are delighted to present to you Modern Masters 2015 edition. Thanks very much to Ben Hayes from Inside R&D and to Helene Bergeot, the Director of Global Organised Play. Modern Masters 2015 will be coming your way in 2015.